Hello and welcome to the Inside Hancock County podcast with Mitch Gibson. I am your host today, Mitch Gibson. Today is going to be episode number 7, and going to have a little bit different of an episode today. If you're watching this YouTube video, you'll see that I am solo by myself, and there's a reason behind that, and I would like to thank COVID-19 for allowing me to have my own host today. But I've been able to manage a way to incorporate some guests. I think today's show segment split up is going to be pretty cool for you. I'm going to highlight some pretty cool local businesses that I've never heard of before, and got three awesome guests. All three of these gentlemen are still in business, still trying to figure out ways, but they've all, in a unique way, have changed some of their business in a little bit of a ways for them to continue operating business. So segment 1 today is going to be highlighting some of these people on Facebook that I this morning put out, local businesses that are still open and still offering some type of services. Please comment in the post below or shoot me a DM, and I'm going to highlight you in my show this afternoon. And sure enough, I had about 5 or 6, actually I got 7 comments currently right now, and those 7 people are going to get a quick shout out in regards to what they're, maybe it's a business that they sought out that's still open right now that they enjoy going to, or it's a business that they own directly. So I'm going to start out by going down those lists for segment 1, highlight those and let them know where you can find them at, and what services that they're offering. Segment 2, I'm going to get into a couple of guests. One guest is going to be the owner of Homefront Builders, who's still doing some renovations, remodelings. A guy by the name of Shane Heim. Looking forward to meeting him on the show here coming up. Will Worley, Porter Coffee. He was on an earlier episode of mine, who has shifted a different way in the coffee business. That's helping him continue to stay open and busier than it was when this virus wasn't shutting people down. And then the last thing is going to be Devon Brown, another guy I had on the show not too long ago with Change Fitness, who has changed some fitness routines and things for his customers and for potential customers here moving forward. And I'm anxious to see if that can help you out while you're spending your time at home. Wrapping things up with segment 3, want to give you and leave you with some tips while working from home that might be able to help you and benefit you with kids, those with kids, those without kids, dogs, cats, any type of animals, wives, husbands, distractions that you may have that might help you move forward and still operate in your businesses or operate in your work at home just as if you were at the office, to make it a little bit more accessible for you. So diving first off into the show, we're going to go to segment 1, diving in with our local businesses that are still open. No particular part of the county, no particular business that I was particularly looking for. I just flat out put on Facebook, on my Inside Hancock County page, local businesses that are still open, are still offering any type of services. Please comment in the post below, and had a lot of people interested right away. I had 7 so far. This was about 3 hours ago. So if you have not yet gotten a comment in there, I apologize. I do pre-record this show, as it is a little bit tough if I didn't. So my kids are actually asleep right now. I'm taking a little lunch break, you want to say, quote unquote, to get this recorded. So looking at our first comment, Leo's Market Eatery is still offering food and grocery items. So those people who are still looking for a quick and easy stop in for some grocery items and food to go, that's still your shop for that. They are right there on US 40 next to all the car dealerships, right next to Gray Auto, and right across the street from Greenfield Banking Company and Mozzie's Pizza. So might be something for you to consider if you're looking some need anything from a grocery item standpoint, rather than going through Walmart or Kroger, a local business that has some of those items. If there is anybody out there that is encouraging people that there might be somewhere that people are hiding food on a store basis, let everybody know. I know I'm gonna have to go out later this afternoon and find some milk and a couple gallons of milk, since we're drinking milk like madmen and women here at this house, and then get a couple cases of water as well. So if you've got something or some items that you see, please feel free to share with everybody. We're all in this together, and if we can help each other as much as we can, that would be phenomenal. So Leo's Market's first one on the list. Thank you, Brittany Gibbs, for sharing that. Next one's going to be New Youth. I think it's to be honest with you, New Youth it says New Youth is still open, offering immune system boosting IV therapy. That one looks like it's going to be a aesthetic center. And if you go look them up on YouTube, or excuse me, not YouTube, on Facebook, and just type in New Youth Aesthetic, and that's AE, hold on a second, Aesthetic. Pull that up real quick, because I don't know, my spelling's terrible. New Youth Aesthetics, and that's AESTHET ICS. I'm gonna hit them with the like right now. They are still offering, she said, offering immune system boosting IV therapy. I don't know much about that. I can't talk too much about it, but if you're interested in that as well, with this thing going around, boosting the immune system might help you. But give the professionals a call over there at New Youth, and they should be able to help you out. They are located on 1320 West Main Street here in Greenfield, Indiana. So go look them up. And also, they've got a Facebook page, New Youth Aesthetics, and then www.newyouthaesthetics.com, or can be contacted at 317-379-2018. So give them a call, see if they can help you out if you're interested in that. Appreciate them engaging in my post. Next one is going to be Homefront Builders. They're a residential design building firm specializing in kitchen, bathroom, basement remodels. And they are currently using complete remote quoting, processing, and proposals to keep their clients safe. You're looking to remodel that bathroom, kitchen, whatever it may be, might be a useful contact. But I'm gonna have him on the show here later up this afternoon to talk a little bit more about what he's doing, so I can learn more about him. It's kind of interesting. So Shane Heim, that's who that is, owner of that business, and we will see what he's got to offer coming up. The last one on the list is Andrews General Contracting. Andrew Chanley, heating and cooling specialist. We also do any type of general contracting such as privacy fences, bathroom, kitchen remodels, dryer vent cleaning, and more. Check out the Facebook page, Andrews General Contracting, for more information. Might be something useful for you guys. Once again, heating, cooling, all the stuff. That stuff's still going to be things we're going to have to have. I mean, just because we're working from home doesn't mean that we're not going to have those typical those bills, and everything's still going to continue to go on as usual. So if you do have that heating AC unit about to go out, might be an idea to reach out to somebody, a contractor, to come take a look at that, as we all will be using our utilities and things a lot more as we stay at home. So those are the highlighted businesses. One person I do want to highlight, I've been playing back and forth trying to get her on the show. I kind of screwed up having her on. She was our first showcase shout out winner. These Rachel Holmes over at Indie Art Studio. It's INDIE Art Studio, right off of Main Street in Greenfield, across from Porter Coffee, in the same building as the Bradley Hall Event Center, next to Francis and Fern and the Greenfield Grind. She does have some pretty cool things. I want to highlight her because I think she can be really helpful and useful for your kiddos. She's been offering some take-home art kits that she is doing some delivery work for. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to try to get her on the show in the next week or so. That way she can explain some of the things she's doing. Us people with kids, trying to find things to keep them occupied, especially outside of school. Maybe younger that don't have a chance to get on a laptop and do their schoolwork from home. She's got some art. She's taken a shift on some arts and crafts work that she's doing that might help you. Like I said, she's doing some delivery and some pickup work, or to-go work for little kits and packages that you can take home and enjoy with your kids and your family. So want to give her a quick little shout out. Indie Art Studio, INDIE Art Studio, right here in Greenfield, Indiana. So appreciate that as well. And like I said, hope to have her on the show coming up soon. Going to dive into some of my guests real quick. First person I have on the show here is going to be a new person that I've never met before. I'm really anxious and excited for this conversation with him. It's all about learning about the those hole in the wall places, those contractors who may have studios somewhere or may have offices hidden at their home that they work from, or those people who may not, have the advertising dollars or marketing money to put out the stuff at some of your big home builders, renovating companies. And those are the people I kind of want to dive into and learn about, because those people can sometimes be the best people, and some of the most phenomenal individuals when it comes to some of their artisanship work as well. So I'm going to get him on the show here. Give me 1 second. Let me dial him up and get him on and see if I can learn a little bit more about Shane Heim and Homefront Builders. Guest number one, and we're off and running, has joined the show. Mr. Shane Heim from Homefront Builders has joined. Shane joined us and got the chance to cop on the show today, as I was got on Facebook this morning and said, you know what, this show today I want to be more about those businesses that are still open, doing virtual, whether it's virtual training, whether it's virtual selling, doing proposals, stuff in that nature that's still helping them continue to grow their business. So I offered up a spot to everybody, whoever wanted to comment their business below, gave themselves a chance to be spotlighted in this episode. And Shane actually DM'd me a little bit more information about his business, and I was like, you know what, that's a guy I want to learn about more. Young, energetic guy, really good with what he does. He's a construction gentleman who does specializes in kitchen and some bathroom remodeling. That's not everything that he does. So kind of wanted to pop him on the show here, introduce himself a little bit, learn more about his business. So Shane, appreciate you joining me, my man.
I'm really glad to be here. I'm glad you gave us the opportunity to come on the show today.
Absolutely. Now Homefront Builders, it sounds like, obviously I got to know you a little bit before you popped on the show for a quick second. Originally from Pennsylvania, you are now, you guys lived in Westfield, married, and now you guys reside in Greenfield, live actually just off of in the Keystone property, the Arbor Homes properties just on the north side of town. Kind of, if you wouldn't mind, just give a little bit of background about you, where you came from and what you do.
Absolutely. So I grew up in Pennsylvania and Indiana, jumped back and forth a little bit when my parents moved back and forth. All of our family resides in Pennsylvania, both my wife and I. My dad lived here for the last 4 years of my high school. So I was here in Indiana, in the Indianapolis area, and I finished out high school, and I took the opportunity to go work in commercial glazing back in Pennsylvania, in the area that I'm traditionally from. Spent 2.5 years out there where I met my lovely fiance, and we're soon to be married, Tia. From there, we were there for a couple years and decided we were going to move back here to Indiana. There's a lot more opportunity as compared to that area that we're traditionally from to be a small business owner. So we moved to Westfield, where we stayed in an apartment for a year. Well, we built our house here in Keystone, and then we relocated out here to the Greenfield area.
Yeah, it's fun to see the people that once grew up here, lived here, go on to do some things, and then find themselves back kind of in their homegrown, great state of Indiana. And a lot of people don't understand that, because I'd be like, I want to move to Florida, I want to move to Tennessee, I want to do this. I don't think a lot of people really understand how much they appreciate, one, locality business, two, how awesome our state actually can be on a business standpoint. Financially, it's, really, really, I guess it's not expensive, but it's nice to live. Plus, you still get that big city feel from it. So I'm glad to have you back. Glad to continue to help support local businesses, and you're a little different than anybody I've had on so far on the show. You're my first construction guy, first home improvement, builder, whatever it potentially is that you do. What are you probably do it all, but what's kind of a couple of things that you specialize in and that you hope to get a little bit more business with moving forward?
So we're a little bit different than a traditional contractor. Where your traditional contractor would come to your house, you guys kind of would talk about what you would want to do. He'd give you kind of a rough estimate, and from there you would go pick out all your materials, and you would get your cabinets, etc. And then the contractor would come back, he'd install it for you, and then from there you guys would kind of finish with that contractor. We're actually what you call a design build firm, which is a little bit different. So when we come into the process, we start out working with the client specifically on an entire design for their project. So for example, if a client wanted us to come in and do a kitchen, what we'd do is we would set up an in-home consultation, and we would actually come out to the property, pull measurements on the entire space, draw that footprint and perimeter of the room up in our design program. And from there, we can actually work with them on material selections, colors, design layout, moving walls, adding windows, everything from there, and put everything into our design program. So at the end of the day, before the client ever signs a contract for work, or having us come in and do some construction, they know what their kitchen's going to look like at the end result before we ever swing a hammer. So the benefit of this is, versus a traditional contractor, is when a client picks out all their selections up front and we put it into a design, we know exactly what the cost of materials is going to be up front, because everything's accounted for from the beginning phase. What that allows us to do is give you a set in stone price on your project, and then we know the exact scope of the work. So that gives us the ability to create a very efficient schedule and timeline to where we know exactly how long it's going to take us to schedule our work start to finish. So the whole process is a lot easier on the client. There's not as much stress involved with going out and picking up materials themselves. They know exactly what their project's going to look like, which is a lot of the stress and fear when people do remodeling, especially when it's their first large project. they don't really know what they're getting. So with the design build model, we're able to kind of eliminate all the stress that's involved with a traditional contractor, because at the end of the day, our entire experience is geared toward having a turnkey project that our clients at the end of the day feel like nothing ever happened when we leave.
That's pretty impressive, and that's so funny because I was just thinking about what separates some of the things that I'm doing compared to my competitors, or that I do things a little bit. I do a lot of things ass backwards. I mean, a lot of people would record an audio or record a podcast and then build the audio or build the video based off the audio. I do mine. I build my video first and then base my video or audio off of my video work. So I'll extract all the audio from my video, and then that's what I use my podcast from. Compared to the traditional people would build their podcast from audio up. I've done a little bit backwards. So that's kind of cool to hear that you guys do things in a little bit different way. What's your, I know everybody's got their little favorite. We do it all kind of all. For instance, I'm in the insurance business. I love writing commercial insurance and working with commercial insurance customers. You as a contractor, what's that one niche in that contracting scheme or umbrella that you'd love to do? Kitchen, bathroom, flooring?
I would have to say, if I had to pick a specific niche, my favorite part of what we do is our trim carpentry. All of our finished carpentry, because it's the point of a project when the space is done, the cabinets are in, the walls are painted, and the difference between the room when you start your trim carpentry versus the end, depending on what level of trim you're going with, can absolutely change the entire look of a first floor or an entire room, just due to the detail and the craftsmanship involved. And that's my favorite part, I would have to say, because the level of quality that we're able to do with our finished carpentry.
That's awesome. Now, real quick before we pop off here, like I said, I'm going to get you on another show. We'll maybe come by and see some of the design work you've done, or just kind of give everybody a little bit more of an idea. But where can people find you at? Website, Facebook? What's a good way for people to get in contact with you, or even see some of the stuff you've gotten done?
We are on Facebook. You can find us at Homefront Builders in your search bar. As long as you're within the Greenfield area, we will pop up due to the algorithms that are based in your area. So Homefront Builders on Facebook. We do have a website. It is hf-builders.com, and that is our main page. If you want to reach out to us, you could do it on Facebook, by phone, or you could submit a contact us form through our website, and we would love to talk to you. So,
I appreciate you joining the show, Shane. I mean, that means a lot. Appreciate you reaching out and engaging with the post. This video is going to be coming out today, so I hope it can help generate some business for you. Appreciate you staying, keeping your head up, held high, especially during this time. Try to do something different. Is there anything I can help you to do? Please let me know. We're all in this to help each other, and keep doing what you're doing, and keep engaging the way you need to engage. So Shane, appreciate it. See his information below here, and once again, appreciate you joining the show, my man, and stay safe and stay healthy, and don't let that COVID in.
Will do, man. I really appreciate you for having us on again today, Mitch, and I look forward to anything we do in the future with you.
See you soon, my man, and congratulations on the soon-to-be marriage.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Shane Heim, for joining the show. I really appreciate that. Going to go jump right into our next guest immediately off the bat. It's going to be a guy I've had on the show before. Can't wait to have him on to see how his business has changed a little bit. Guy's in the coffee business, owns Porter Coffee right here in Greenfield, so things have changed a little bit for him. But let's go ahead and get him back on the show and see what things he's done differently or is doing differently, and see how businesses affect, or how this has affected his business. So let's get Will Worley on the call here. Give me 1 second. Guest number 2 has joined the show, Will Worley, back on Inside Hancock County. This is going to be Will's second appearance. I bet he feels absolutely blessed. Maybe not blessed in the time of what we're going through here, but Will, how are you doing today, buddy?
Not bad. How's it going?
Going well. Things changing a little bit for you guys over on both sides with the Lawrence shop and the Greenfield shop?
I think it's changing more for our Lawrence space. The Greenfield stuff is kind of business as usual. We do a lot of carry out there already before all this happened, so we actually feel pretty good about our Greenfield spot.
So as far as like you guys still, as in Greenfield, you guys are still normal business hours, but to go only, correct? What, as far as like takeout orders go and things in that nature, what does that menu kind of look like? Still the same?
We're doing all the same stuff in Greenfield, coffee and sandwiches now that we introduced a few weeks ago. All that stuff is still like normal. Everything's just getting packed up to go. So I'd say, 85% of our business out of Greenfield is typically takeout anyway, so not a huge adjustment there. But yeah, all the food and the menu is the exact same.
As far as your whole overall business plan, I mean, have you seen, customers-wise slow down, go up? What's that look like?
Across both locations, it's definitely slowed down quite a bit. We out of Lawrence, we've started selling some like very small list of essential grocery items that are kind of hard to find elsewhere that we've sourced through our distributors. So we've actually started to kind of do a little bit of grocery business out here, just trying to provide some milk and beef and eggs and stuff to people around here who maybe can't make it to the grocery store or can't find anything at the grocery store. And I'd say in Greenfield, we've probably had about the same amount of business, to be honest. It's just we haven't had that big of an impact out there, which I'm a little surprised, but really happy about.
That's awesome. Well, I like I said, I wanted to get you on real quick, kind of see how things are going with you. You have changed a little bit on the Lawrence side of things, helping people out, doing some delivery for those who can't get out and about. Quick little, you have anybody out there as far as local marketplaces, whether that is in Hancock County or if it is out in a different town or city that people can probably go maybe look into, or any other delivery services that potentially could help them out?
Well, most of my experience is going to be based out of Indy or in the Lawrence area. I know that a lot of the Psalms owned restaurants are doing a marketplace at a lot of their locations. Turketti's down in Fountain Square, they're doing a lot of carry out business, and they're selling groceries and like take home meals on Mercado.com. And I believe that Piazza, actually, which is one of our biggest grocery distributors, has opened themselves up to the public. So if you just Google Piazza, you should be able to find some info on ordering through them as well.
That's awesome. Well, Will, I appreciate you joining the show. Go follow Porter Coffee Porter Coffee Indy on Facebook and Instagram, and then go follow Porter Books and Bread as well on both platforms. He'll have some information out there on some of those services. And I know, like I said, we are inside Hancock County, but if you do live outside of Hancock County, it might be beneficial to use some of his services, keeping it local as well. So don't be freaking out going to the grocery store and stealing everything from other people. Take your time and level out the groceries for everybody and for all people. And give the grocery stores some time to stock back up, because right now they're not having any of that time at all. So coffee shop still open in Greenfield. Porter Coffee right there off of State Road 9. They are still open, obviously, for the regular business hours, and they're not open on Mondays, but Tuesday through Saturday they are open as well. So go give them a check it out. Go stop in, get them grab a cup of coffee, a little sandwich, whatever it is. Spread the joy, and go follow them on social media and see what we can do. So, Will, appreciate you joining the show, my man.
Anytime, thanks.
Yes, sir. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Yep, too.
Will's always amazing to have on the show, and I actually can consider him one of my really good buddies now after getting to know him and his business a little bit more in detail. Next guy I've had on the show again, a guy by the name of Devon Brown, owns Change Fitness, who is doing some pretty awesome things. If you can hear my lovely kids in the background, that's the plus of doing this work from home issue, but no big deal, all good stuff. But gonna get Devon Brown on the phone real quick. Devon has changed his fitness aspect in his business a little bit more than his usual, which is very unique. But this one's a good interview, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one as well. So let me give Devon a chance to get on the line here, and we'll have him on the show. Hope you guys all enjoy. Guest 3 of 3 joins the show. Devon Brown, back on the show again. Was back recently on an episode. I can't remember, was it 4 or 5? Devon, I can't remember. 4, 5? I think it was 5. No, it was for sure 5, because I had you etched in for 4, but then my barber cut me in on a pretty cool little thing at 4. It was immediately, but I was able to post it. So he was 4, and then you were 5. That's right. So back on episode 7. The reason I wanted to have him on real quick is I wanted him. He's Devon Brown's with Change Fitness. We all know all the fitness gyms and services like that have shut down due to this COVID-19. But Devon has changed a little bit of his daily routine, his business model, to help continue to show people and drive his avenue of the fitness world. So Devon, appreciate you joining the show first off, and second all, what have you kind of changed in your aspect of the fitness world, or your business plan to continue to generate, 1, revenue, and 2, just your overall passion of the business?
Yeah, I mean, fitness has been one of those things that we changed dramatically overnight. We were one of the first businesses kind of targeted for the shutdown. You know, people being in small spaces, breathing on top of each other and sweating is probably not a great thing when it's spread of disease. So we were focused on pretty quickly, so we had to adapt. The nice thing is the last few years, I've spent a lot of my time and resources already moving into the online market. So like many people aren't even aware that was a thing. Like I'm an online personal trainer and fitness coach. That happened a few years ago. So I'm actually certified through that. And it's one of those things that it just kicked that into hyperdrive. So we've always had, you know, the traditional model of health clubs is you go show up somewhere and get trained. You have somebody standing in front of you, touch you, feel you, move you, help you. And everybody understands that. If I said I'm a personal trainer, you think, oh, it's this dude that stands in front of. Now, this industry has changed to where like we're sending out so much fitness stuff, but it's all virtually. Everybody still wants to work out. You know, a lot of people are bored at home. They want to get something done. With this quarantine, we're now circling back to we've got time at home. What are we going to do with it? So you can only watch so much Netflix and you still end up getting bored. So a lot of my industry has switched totally online. We now have live classes online. We still have training online. I still create programs online, but we just saw this like boom with everybody being on there, which is fantastic. But then my opinion, it's like a lot of other things right now. It's kind of like when Wikipedia and mydoc.com came out. Everybody's putting stuff out, which doesn't always mean that it's good stuff. So you still want to vet it like you did before, getting with somebody that has experience, because being an online coach is different. It's just not as easy as me giving you a whiteboard and saying, do this workout.
Right. So are you offering, have you, like for those people out there, because I've thought about this and I gave my 2 cents to a guy up in Noblesville out of Finch Creek Fieldhouse who does sports training and stuff like that for sports people. I was talking to him and kind of replicating what you're starting to do, and it was like, hey, you still need to probably offer some type of free service to help get people engaged with what you're doing, and also a subscription type of deal. So are you offering any type of, like, for instance, if I tonight wanted to join your meeting or whatnot, are you doing anything like that for people to get their kind of ass out of the chair and do something?
We scrambled, and what we wanted to do is offer something that anybody can use. We wanted to offer kind of a little bit better premium service for our members, and so that we can get involved on any level. We want to chip in and do our part during the COVID-19 pandemic and give opportunities. So I know you can't read this here, but this is an image that we put out. It's on our Facebook page, Change Fitness Facebook page. But like we put out some free stuff. Earlier today, I shot a half-hour kids workout video with my kids. Like we played a fit deck of cards. We did some dancing for warming up. We did a toilet paper relay. So like with all the toilet paper stuff, we put some out and had fun with it and showed, you know, you can kind of laugh and still get a workout. But that was a blast. That's a free thing. We meet Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern time. And we just do Facebook Live. It's raw, it's uncut. We just have fun and we go for half hour. I put up, again, on our Facebook page, that's where we put most of our stuff. We put a whiteboard workout. So we put out 3 workouts a week. One that's just your body only. That way you can't say, well, I don't have stuff. We have some with some equipment. And then we have a cardio one to get out there and get running. Like today's was cardio. When's the last time you ran hard for a quarter mile?
About on the 5th of, I can't remember.
The 5th of that year of that one time. But yeah, so like that's a small thing. Most neighborhoods, you can get a quarter mile in pretty easy. And it doesn't matter. There's not like do a quarter mile. And if you're under 2 minutes, great, do another one. It's just do what you can do. And then had some repeats. You walk and rest and then repeat. Any fitness level can do kind of that quarter mile or make some kind of adaptation for it. But then we kind of take it a step up. For our members, we want to give them something extra. We had classes. We used to teach classes in person. You know, you'd show up, there'd be 20, 30 people in a class, and you'd follow an instructor. Now you can't do that. You can't travel to your gym. So we have online classes where you show up like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday night, 6 o'clock. We have we have a BODWOD workout that's totally equipment free. That way you can do it at home. We have our yoga. We have a girl down in Greensburg, Coach Williamson. She's going to teach power yoga through Zoom. Like she'll have her set up. She'll be able to turn around and watch you just like we're having this meeting. I can see in there and be like, hey, Mitch, you know, I think you should button that top part of your shirt there. Like I get to give you feedback. I get to help coach, not just watch a video and try to mimic it. I can do something and show it. I can critique and see what you're doing. So we have that going on. That's Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays at 6. We're also recording those so we can use them the next week. We put a special pre-recorded classes for our members. Like today's was all mobility stuff for them to get stretching, since a lot of people are sitting on their couch. We wanted to give something to help kind of loosen up the hips and back. And then that third tier, kind of last tier, is what a lot of people aren't familiar with, and that's actual online coaching. That is me talking to you, figuring out your program. I talked with a lady today. She got signed up, and she goes, well, I don't even know how to work out from home. I don't have anything. Great. I'm not worried about what you don't have.
Right.
I programming based on what you do have. So you want to give me 30 minutes a day for 4 days, and you want to use your soup cans to do it? Cool. We'll set up a workout that'll get you into that zone for it. But I set it up. I came unprepared. I don't carry a phone anymore, so I have to always use my iPad, and that's recording me. Oh goodness, and now I'm going to get somebody calling in. But
join them. Let them join.
I don't know if I'm savvy enough for this. Let me just see if I can mute it here. But the big thing with it is, like, we have an app that shows you everything. So hers was one that, she needs a lot of help. She doesn't have the experience of doing exercises. Let's say, do a 3-point push-up. That means nothing to her. So we actually, in the online coaching, we have a video app that sits there and shows a push-up. It talks about a push-up. It shows you where your push-up should be. We've been doing that for a while, but with a lot of success with it. It's just a lot of people are like, I don't know. I just want to see you. Mm-hmm. This change in our world right now is now, since we can't see each other, it's making people be open kind of to that thing of going, oh, that's what you meant? Yeah, I can do that. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Cool opportunity for us. But yeah, there's just so much out right now that now we're just trying to kind of sift through the reeds and make sure people know that, a lot of resources out there. It doesn't necessarily mean that's going to get you there. My primary job is still to find out what makes you tick, what obstacles are in your way, keep you accountable to that thing. There's been lots of fitness videos. Mitch, how many workouts have you done in the last 10 days?
0.
Still need to kind of get that accountability and that help in, and that's what we're still here for. So it's great if you do classes online. Maybe this is the first time you've ever worked out. My thing is like, again, accountability is such a big part of mine. Let me help you. You tell me what your challenges are, and let me help you.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have the little girl's a little 1-year-old pop in the video here for a second. She's saying daddy, 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 and let him pop in for a quick second. Say hello. Hello. Say hi.
Hi.
Can you say hi? That's Devon. Say thank you.
That's why I got all boys, not little girls.
Got all little boys. Well, Devon, I guess kind of what I wanted to leave with real quick with you is if anybody is interested, I know you've kind of prepared yourself for this time, and you've already started to do a little bit of it, thankfully, because not everybody expects something like this. And I think how we recently have talked before, how I'm starting to implement video work and some content on a day-to-day basis to help, generate my brand and myself, but also which may help generate business. For those people who have any questions or, has nothing to hi. For those people who have nothing to, want nothing to do with fitness or insurance or whatever I'm doing, it doesn't matter. If you just want to have a conversation maybe with Devon or I, we'd be more than happy to, see if we can't find a couple of ideas that might help you generate some business as well. So please don't hesitate to reach out to either one of us. Devon Brown with Change Fitness, and then you can find me, Mitch R. Gibson, on all social media platforms. So Devon, appreciate this. Appreciate you joining the show this afternoon again. I'll get this posted this afternoon. We can share that content throughout our customers, and hopefully everybody can gain something through it. So appreciate you, Devon. Have a good rest of your day, my man.
Thanks a lot, Mitch.
I want to give a big shout out to all 3 guests for helping me out today, getting some great content, some good information out to those people in the public. I wanted to one more time run through those individuals that did participate and engaging in my post on the Greenfield Gabber public group page for those local businesses that are still open. Reminder, I did post it saying local business is still open or still offering some type of services. Please comment in the post or shoot me a DM. Going to be highlighting you all in my show this afternoon, and I have done so here in this episode. First one's Leo's Market Eatery, still offering food and grocery items. Thank you, Brittany Gibbs. Next one is a Lori Sensing. New Youth is offering open immune system boosting. Go give them a look, especially with all the immune system stuff, with all the health things going on. Might be a good idea to check them out. Next one, Homefront Builders. Thanks Shane Heim for joining the show today. Look to have him on his show coming up in the future. Much appreciated and really nice diving into seeing what his business is all about. Andrew's General Contracting, Heating and Cooling Specialist. Also does some type of general contracting with some fences, bathroom, and kitchen remodels, dryer, vent cleaning, and more. Go check out the Facebook page. Next one is a Denise. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this last name, and I apologize. Munson Mayer. I apologize if I misspelled that. But cleaning for multiple apartment complexes throughout Indiana after move out. So give her a quick call or shoot her a message on Facebook. Next one, thank you Leslie Frady for reaching out. Someone that I actually go visit. Their Dave's Express Car Wash, the Valvoline Express Care and Express Grill. Still open. As of Wednesday, she says we will have to close Dave's Express Care Car Wash. So please keep that in mind as well, when we're talking about local businesses. Last one that came on board here about 15 minutes ago was Mueller's Auto Body. Still open and taking appointments for estimates to help control how many people are in the office. Also providing pickup and drop off within Greenfield. So keep them in mind, needing some auto repair shop work as well. Thank you for all the individuals that did post on that. I'm going to post this video highlighting you guys a little bit more in depth, but I do appreciate it. And if there's anything we can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. To kind of finish up the show, I want to leave you with a couple tips while working from home. My 3 quick tips for the day for you would be, when working from home moving forward, make sure you continue to keep a consistent schedule for you and your family and the kids. Second thing, if you're working from home and you're talking to customers on the phone, you're doing live videos, you're doing meetings through Zoom, whatever it is, don't try to change your home life. Let your customers and them know. Let them be aware of your surroundings and what you've got going on. If it's a dog itching his face, if it's the kids running around, coloring, yelling, screaming, dogs barking, whatever it is, let them know. They understand that. Be genuine. Don't try to be Mr. Professional, Mrs. Professional. If you got kids in the background yelling and stuff like that, be you, be genuine, and don't let the home life, let you be scared to get on there and do your thing and do your job. Third one would be, make sure you continue to keep to-do list and then your completed list. That'll help you gauge whether or not you had a successful day or not moving forward. Last thing I want to encourage you during this time, go out in this time on your computer, whatever it is, go out around the house and find some things that you can do to help generate maybe some business for you, whether that's creating new content, whether that's your kids wanting to do videos, whatever it may be. Find a time now while you may not be as busy at home working, to maybe help generate some more content or something for your customers to gain from it. A lot of people are going to be doing it, so we might as well start now. Create some good habits, which could lead when you guys get back into the office. It's going to continue to keep good habits for you as well moving forward. So take this time in a negative way and make it a positive one. Don't think, oh, I'm at home sitting here doing nothing all day long. Find something unique and genuine that you thoroughly love and enjoy, and make some positivity out of it. It could potentially help lead to some business for you. You can see how the couple of guests I had on today are changing the way that they're doing some things to continue to help generate revenue for the business, whether it's delivery, whether that's doing some things as a grocery store instead of a coffee shop, doing all your fitness routines and stuff online. Could help helps them become a little bit more vulnerable and helps them become a little bit more above their competitors. So find some different ways. If you have any questions, need any help, especially on the social media side of things, marketing, content, podcasting, whatever it is, don't hesitate to reach out. We're all here to help one another. Appreciate it if you guys would share this post. Invite all your friends to like it. Please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then don't forget to go follow me on all social media platforms. Mitch R. Gibson on all social media platforms, and then follow us on Instagram and Facebook inside Hancock County for more information. Once again, appreciate you joining the show today, listening. I know it was kind of all over the place, but with what we've got going on, I've tried to make it as interesting as I can. Appreciate my guests taking time out of their day, and also appreciate those individuals leaving comments about some of the businesses that are still open. Please keep local businesses and individuals in your mind when going out and getting groceries, gas, car washes, fitness, whatever it may be in mind, before you make a decision. So once again, appreciate you guys joining the show. Thanks again to all my listeners, customers, and also my guest today. Remember that you have a meaning in this world, and remember that you can make a difference in someone's life today. Go have a great rest of your day. Dominate the day tomorrow and be the best you can always be. Appreciate you guys. Take care.